everyday lives. And looking ahead, the lack of good quality food and water potentially has an even greater impact on the lives of billions of people around the planet. And this China Bridge targets specifically those challenges, and it does so by bringing together a partnership between UK and Chinese institutions that we believe really can provide new advances and leadership in addressing those global challenges. At the centre of this is water. Water sits at the centre of many things. Here we're going to talk about water in terms of its role in agriculture and how we can improve the efficiency with which limited water resources are used to deliver the food that we all need. Water Science China Bridge provided water as the focal point for that integration of those different aspects of water quality and water use. It's a network also, of course, which involves many different institutions. I'm conscious time is quite tight, you'll be wanting your lunch. I won't go through all those details, you can read those on the screen, but we have 6 partner institutions in China who represent different aspects of that network of water-related issues. Different Chinese institutions, but in the UK the centre was my colleagues at the centre, at the Lancaster Environment Centre, and I'm really here today representing that group of academics. Now, I cannot do justice to the science they've done, so I will let them speak through a video and give you some of the highlights of the progress made during the Science Bridge. Hopefully, this might work. It's volume.
With your colleagues over the next few minutes, I want to explain to you some of the things that we've done, the value of our collaboration, and what we believe will be an enduring legacy. With colleagues in different institutions in China, we've worked the achievements of the Lancaster Science Bridge project, and with the aid of colleagues over the next few minutes, I want to explain to you some of the things that we've done, the value of our collaboration, and what we believe will be an enduring legacy. And Lancaster's contribution, applying our understanding of the biology of drought resistance, has achieved a lot.
So one of my research interests is using naturally occurring soil-borne bacteria and thereby allow the crop to capture more water and nutrients. We've got a range of these bacteria will work in realistic cropping situations in the UK.
That wasted about 50% of the nitrogenous fertilizer in our model system in Arabidopsis. The same effect in rice that we see in our model species. They have access to the transgenic rice facilities that
or the arsenic concentration that is available to the plant,
which promotes metabolism, which helps plant and crop growth and food production. But at the same time, as well as being vital for food security, we have learned a lot working with colleagues in China, focusing on the lake and the region of Lake Taihu. We've brought together a forum of top UK policy people in DEFRA, working with Chinese colleagues. We've been mixing our ideas up to try and to come up with some new thinking about sustainable phosphorus management. The phosphorus that's beneficial in agriculture, when it leaks to water, contributes to some quite phenomenal problems with water.
You also get pathogens in water as well, and mainly transmission of disease, and those crops end up in the food chain.
I'll be fairly quick through the rest of my talk. If we can go back to the talk. That's not me. I will just talk while we get this sorted out. I think the video should have given you an idea of the range of research which has been conducted through the Water Science Bridge. Kevin and Bill, the last two speakers, mentioned the way that science has been taken, and Alicia at the beginning talked about the research councils. I think it's on your slide, the balance between excellence and impact. And what my slides would have said was to try and pick up those two elements. Excellence in terms of research publications. And we've seen a very substantial increase in the number of joint publications in high-quality journals which have arisen through the Science Bridge project. The other element has been impact, and some of the names were mentioned there in terms of Unilever. Another important thing, and I think perhaps one difference from some of the other bridges, is the diversity of industrial interests that our Science Bridge dealt with, from the chemicals industry, through irrigation, through to food producers. And certainly in the UK, I'm sure true in China as well, innovation, economic development is very often driven by small and medium-sized enterprises. And one outcome from the Water Bridge has been to provide additional links through the science collaborations to allow UK SMEs to work in China for the first time across that whole spectrum of interests. As we've also shown there, like many of you, Lancaster has now formed a new centre, in our case with the Chinese Academy of Sciences, very much focused to take forward the work of the Waterside Science Bridge, but also to build on it and expand it. And I think that's very much our position. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning, not just for relationships in China, but to use those relationships as a platform to build genuine global collaborations. We're talking about food and water. These are genuine global challenges that need global solutions. And I think the lessons we've learned through the China Bridge, academic lessons and lessons about working together, we see as a platform to build on for the future. And if I may just briefly note finally, I think we've also learned through Science Bridge that if we're looking at solutions to global problems, we not only need to communicate across national boundaries, but across disciplinary boundaries. And I think as we look forward, actually, many of the solutions we need for these huge challenges relate not just to the classic environmental sciences, but yes, Alicia, to social sciences as well. The human dimension is absolutely key, and even talking to engineers, because actually I think both the other two bridges have talked about the green economy, green communications, sustainable energy. Those clearly interface with our interests in the environment as well. And I do think that perhaps one lesson from the China bridges is to think more widely and to build on not just single bridges, but what we might achieve together looking to the future. And we'll forget what's on the screen. I'm done, and we'll let you go to lunch reasonably quickly. So thank you very much for bearing with me as we've leapt through my science bridge. Thank you.
Now, this last item is for the videos given by the Bradford China program for pharmaceutical science and medical technology from Professor Theo Coates.
I'm a very UK attendee, so I do apologise that it's not possible to be with you in person.
In China is a very long-standing one. The Science Bridges programme gives evidence of the strength of that relationship. We have enormous collaborative strength in engineering and in life sciences. Well, Science Bridges is really a new opportunity to take the university's warmth of relationship with China.
Has impressed me enormously by bridging between.
Distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, thank you from the founding bodies, from the RC UK, from from the ASFC, and also from Shanghai Municipal Government, thanks to the Technical Commissions, and also thanks for all the attendees and the colleagues for joining us today to look at the overview of the outcomes and impacts and sustainability of this Science Bridge scheme. And finally, we'd like to say thanks to all the volunteers and also organizers of this forum, colleagues from Shanghai Jiao Tong University, the enormous support from Professor Hong Ye, Professor Guo Liang, and and also from the Department of Automation, Professor Xi, Professor Ma, and Professor Chen. So thank you again for joining today's forum. And now it's time for a break. Thanks so much indeed. Thank you.